We hear so much that 2025 is the year everything transforms. It's the end of the world as we know it. And for a lot of people, they're already experiencing that. For the rest of us, it sounds pretty scary, right? And transformation, what on earth does that mean? And we talk about leaving the third dimension, which is the physical world, like physical time and space, and our ego and our personality, and getting to a different, higher, more peaceful dimension, our spirit, our inner calm, the part of us that really is capable and wants to be here and can navigate our lives beautifully. And not only live peacefully, but maybe contribute to the peace of others. Talk to your spirit guides and manifest with ease and have your whole physical body be in flow. It is possible. And in fact, that's where we're all headed, is to that fifth dimension. But man, you might think that seems like it's going to take forever, especially lately, because it's so stressful as we see the third dimension collapse and so much disruption. It's almost like shell-shocking to our system. So there is a secret door, though. Would you like to know what it is? How to really pull out of the third dimension of chaos and really lean into the fifth dimension quickly? Well, the secret door is right here in the throat chakra and right here in the back of your head. This is a secret hidden chakra. This is radio's central station. And right here determines whether or not we are going to be tuned into and broadcasting the third dimension chaos and stress and fear and anxiety, or we're going to dial up and tune into the higher frequencies of my inner guidance, my divine support system, my healing teams in spirit, my divine creator, nature spirits, and really feeling connected and secure in the world. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Let's talk about the throat chakra. Now, we have energy centers in our bodies. We know, for a lot of us who've been somewhat schooled in the non-physical reality of who we are in our energy body, we've been introduced to 7 basic chakras. There that goes at the tailbone, and then we come to that place right between our belly button and our tailbone. That's the second chakra. That's our feeling center. Our third chakra is our willpower, our heart chakra. It has to do with our connectivity. But this throat chakra and this back of the head chakra, this has to do with what frequency and what vibration and what energy we channel. And that if we go up, we're going to then activate the higher chakras all the way up to 12 at least. So the throat chakra is the part of us that expresses who we are, but it's also the part of us that tunes into and listens to frequency, listens to vibration. Now, if your throat chakra is closed, you're going to only listen to the noise. Other people's noise, you're going to be tuned into what people say, and you're going to care about opinion, and you're going to care about approval. And that throat chakra isn't open. It's like a corked champagne. It's like all that just bubbles up and shakes up, and you're going to feel agitated, insecure, but mostly confused, really overwhelmed and confused. And one of the ways to deal with a closed throat chakra is it makes you just go numb. All of a sudden, you're either listening to the noise, and another indication that your throat chakra is closed and that you're just dialing into the lowest vibrations of the third dimension is what comes out of your mouth, because the throat chakra has to do with your expression. So if you're negative and you're repeating negativity and you're gossiping and you're worried about what people say and you're adding to the flames of that lower consciousness, then this is closed, and you're not connecting to your heart. You're not connecting to your spirit. Another indication that, now just take your hand like this and put it in the back of your head and tilt your head back, and there's a little kind of a divot there. That is what we call our secret chakra. It's actually an extension of the throat chakra right here. And this is about what what we're tuned into and what we energetically focus on and imagine. It's a bit of this chakra too, but it's really, what are you listening to? What are you listening to? And what are you broadcasting? When your throat chakra is open, you start to go to the higher dimensions. One of the things that is immediately evident is you're not distracted by the noise of the world. You don't pay attention to it. Can you imagine not paying attention to the news, not particularly caring what's on social media, not particularly caring what the group consensus is at work, and not fearing what people are saying and collecting? Certainly, if that throat chakra is open, there's going to be no hospitality for any conspiracy theories, because there's no them. There's just us, and some of us are tuned into one vibration, some of us are tuned into a higher vibration, but you're not going to be afraid. That is the first indication that your throat chakra is open, is because you're listening to your spirit. You're listening to your creator. You're listening to what's harmonious and in flow with your being. And there's no availability to listen to or host or entertain or regurgitate other people's input, other people's drama. It's a very big clue, is when we open this throat chakra, we start to hear our inner guidance. So if you can't hear your inner guidance, and if you are second guessing and stuck in your head, we got to get this throat chakra open so you can start to feel the energy, frequency, and vibration of your deep inner self. So one of the ways to begin to pull out of that third dimension, open the throat chakra, open the back of the throat chakra, is I want you to just put one hand here and one hand here. Breathe in and hum. See if you can bring it into your lower chest. I have a little bit of a cold, so it's not going too far for me, but that humming gets that chakra activated. It literally starts getting your energy body going and moving and getting that kind of clogged energy. It's like a corked bottle. So you want to also open the jaw, and you hear a click in your ear, and you can feel it here and in your chest. You just feel it, sort of like a aha. And that is a really good way to open the throat chakra, just like and then smile. That you can feel it, so you don't have to believe me. You actually can feel this inner self opening up. Another thing that really helps is when you start to open this throat chakra, is that you want to connect and set your intention to connect to the fifth dimension. You want to connect to your spirit. You want to tune in. So it's like changing a radio station off of AM talk radio and a lot of noise to beautiful classical music coming through satellite. Just imagine you're taking your attention and you're shifting it and you're listening for your higher self. Now, here's the thing. The language is an interesting thing, and it can be misleading because we think we're listening for words. We're not listening for words. We're listening for vibration. I want you to take a breath in through the nose with eyes closed. And follow, as you sigh, follow your energy into your heart. Put your hand on your heart. Smile, feel your heart chakra open. Open that jaw, and you can feel the chakra opening. And smile. And then listen for energy. Is it agitated? Is your inner self agitated, or is it peaceful? Usually if you open, you do that sigh and you have your hand on your heart. The mind goes quiet, the talking noise, and you turn your attention off of the lower third vibration. Now, to open the throat chakra, you really need to pay attention to what you're listening to. And you have to be discerning. You want to start choosing to listen to, first of all, quiet. That is one of the best ways to start tuning your chakra up to a higher frequency. Imagine it's just like a radio dial. You want to pull it out of the noise and turn it into the spirit. So one of the ways to open the throat chakra is to listen to silence for 5 minutes a day and enjoy it. Just breathing and breathe in and out. And that's all. 5 minutes might seem like an eternity. So let's say you do it for 25 times. Breathing in, open the jaw, quiet, and repeat. This really will relieve you of migraines, anxiety, worry, anxiousness, irritability, tension, fear. So this is one way to not only open the throat chakra and tune it into the higher frequency, but give your nervous system a huge break and a boost. We have to go further on. When your throat chakra is open, you are listening for what is good. You are listening. You are energetically scanning for what feels in harmony with you, resonates with you. So this listening faculty is not just listening to sound, but to the vibration of a place. Did you ever hear the expression, read the room? You're listening to the vibration. You're responding to the energy. So the throat chakra really is involved here. We're listening to energy. And you know what? If you feel that the energy is off, it's off. Don't have to explain it. And it might not feel off to the guy next to you, but if it's off for you, it's off for you. And that's okay. Now, want to watch that throat chakra because a lot of people have heard it speaking my truth, which they think is a license to go tell everybody off. And I'm sure you didn't get many good results if you ever did that. It's what you're listening for. And when you're speaking the truth, it's not about correcting other people. It's about expressing what is important to you peacefully, calmly. And the two words that open the throat chakra really quickly are, I love. I love this day. I went for a long walk today in my city in Paris, and I loved this day. It was about 55 degrees and sunny and cold, still a little bit wintry, but fresh. I loved this day. And I said it several times. I just stopped in the street and said, I love this day. That just kind of, I'm expressing, I love this energy today. Because most people, when your throat chakra is closed, you are tuned into I hate. I hate the weather. I hate my hair. I hate my butt. I hate you. I hate the world. I hate politics. Comes out just like that. But when the throat chakra is open, it's connected to the heart. It is the chimney of your heart. It isn't going to be hating on anything. It's going to be tuned into and expressing love. I love this day. I love the weather. I love to see you. I love your smile. I love the sun. I love this fresh little pastry I'm eating. Whatever. So here's another clue. One of the ways to tune into that fifth dimension and start tuning into that frequency of the divine and start getting your guidance is start saying, I love, fill in the blank, at least 50 times a day. Now, you might think, oh, my God, I can never do that. But you know what? You can say I love in five times in 1 minute. I love this day. I love the sun. I love that I can walk. I love this great cup of coffee. I love that we can talk this way. It's a miracle to be able to connect with this technology. I love the smell of fresh flowers. I love French baguettes. I love laughing at silly jokes. I love playing with my granddaughter. There you go. I forgot, I lost count. But if we're going for 50, I got a good 15 on the way. You probably go back and correct me, but you know what I mean. Get the spirit of what I'm suggesting. Let that be your default go-to expression. I love. Whoop. Right in fifth dimension. And then what's going to happen is you're going to start hearing all the love coming for you. You're going to start hearing the love of your guides. You're going to hear the love of your creator. You're going to hear and start attracting the love of people who love you, and you're really going to just truly receive it, which tells me an interesting story, which reminds me, this goes way back. But I had a girlfriend years ago, and she was a client, but she kind of became a girlfriend. And she was so miserable. She was a hairdresser, and she said, you know what? I am trying so hard to be high vibration, but all I do is hear people complain all day long when I'm doing their hair. I feel like I'm doing their hair while they're dumping on me. And I don't think anybody loves me. Nobody even says, how are you? I don't think, you're talking about love. I try to be loving. I try to be aware. I try to be giving, but nobody's really noticing me. And she said, I really have a crappy life. I'm not happy with it. So I asked her, I said, well, what would be a good life? Let's start there, because the throat chakra activates the imagination. So when you express what you would love, then and get the imagination going, it creates a magnet. So let's talk about what you do want instead of ruminate over what you don't like. Well, she said, I don't like where I live. I live in a garden apartment, which is basically underground, and it's dark. I want a new apartment, but the rents are really too much from what I can afford. Okay, that's one. Let's not figure it out. Let's just name it. So this is one of the ways to open the throat chakra. Name, vocalize what you would love. Not what you don't want, what you do want. She continued. She said, I hate my furniture. See, there you go, how fast it is to say I hate. Secondhand, my mom gave it to me. I don't like it. It's depressing. It reminds me of being a kid at home. I don't feel like an adult. And I want new furniture, and I can't afford it. I said, there you go again, telling yourself that you can't. That's the wrong use of the throat chakra. Just what would you love? Okay, so then the third thing. She said, I really would love a boyfriend, but I work 11, 12 hours a day to pay rent and to keep up, and I'm too tired to go out. So I don't have time to go dating, and I don't drink. I don't want to go to bars. I don't want to go. And this was before social media and dating apps, so that wasn't a nightmare for her, at least that option. But she said, so I have absolutely no chance. I said, there you go again, affirming with your throat chakra what's what you don't want or what's not possible. Just say what you want. Universe is listening, and if you say, I want this, but I can't have it, the universe says, okay, well, I'm out. You got that one all sewed up. So again, just tell me again, well, I want a new apartment, I want new furniture, I want a new boyfriend. How's that for a miracle? And I said, well, the universe is listening because the throat chakra is very powerful, and if it's coming from love, it'll come. It'll come if you're open. Just watch what you say. Stop saying all those what it can or can't be, because you don't know. Well, here's what happened. It was a month or two later, I don't know, it was a very short period of time. Her apartment building caught on fire while everybody was at work. And thank God nobody was home and nobody was hurt, but place burned down. And that's something that a lot of people have experienced recently, because they can sense it just went up in smoke. However, here's the aftermath of that. First of all, you know, when she said she didn't feel loved and nobody really cared about her, well, her clients showed up like an army of love, offering food and offering clothing. Someone said, you can have my extra car. Someone said, I have all these beautiful clothes I never wear, and they were designer. And one of her, and this is another one. Her mother was an insurance agency, and that quote-unquote junk that was in her house was insured. She got a check for new furniture. She just got a check. She said, I didn't know it was insured. My mom just gave it to me. So now I can buy new furniture. And here's the best part of all. She had been cutting the hair of this one guy for 4 or 5 years. They chatted, they were friendly, they bantered. He asked her to move in with him. You know, he lived in a big loft, so she thought it was just a nice gesture, and she accepted, but he said, no, I'm serious. I have had a crush on you forever and you haven't noticed me at all. Hello, hello. So shock and awe. Within a few months, she got everything she wanted. Friends and love and new apartment and a loft. It was so cool. And a boyfriend and clothes and a car, and works that way. But you have to get the throat chakra just can't sabotage you. What are you listening to? Are you dwelling on all day long, which you can't have, and you're mad about it, and so you're talking so negatively? Are you actually expressing what you want without interrupting mid-sentence and saying why you can't have it? Throat chakra is where either your guides hear you. Are you talking to your guides, this is what I want? Or are you talking to your negative ego that agrees, yeah, you can't have it? You got to turn that satellite in the direction you want. But when you turn that satellite, that chakra, that imagination, this whole center connected to the heart, when you turn that up and you start expressing, this is what I would love. I would love to have this experience. I am so in love with that. I'm going to have it. Then the universe is hearing you. And you're not getting static. You're not getting what I swear your universe is up there. Did you get any calls? Yeah, I got a few calls, but then I got hang-ups. And then I had a couple that said false alarm, and they said, I want something, and then they called back and said, I can't have it. So what can I do? The point is, the throat chakra is the key to the fifth dimension. It is an absolute energetic satellite. It is a receiver, and it is tuned either to your negative ego, your fears, and the world negativity, in which case, that's a pretty funky life. You are just going to be dialing into a very low vibration. And again, the signals of that are gossiping and caring what people think and beating yourself up and being critical and nasty and otherizing. It's them and not us. Those are all very much a sign of a seriously clogged throat chakra. Universe isn't listening to that. Universe is checked out. Universe listens to love. But if you know that, you can just change the channel. Just start talking about what you love. Just start saying, I love, fill in the blank. And don't start saying, I love something, and then interrupt a half sentence. I love a boyfriend, but all the good ones are gone. Well, then the universe says, well, what can I do? I can't interfere. If you've decided that, okay, create that. So when you start opening this chakra up through the heart and the expression and the listening, both to yourself and others for love, then you're going to start getting a whole lot of power. Your guides are going to start hearing your higher self. You're going to hear your guides. You're going to hear your healers. You're going to sense and feel your creator. You're going to sense and feel the energetic connection to what is really good and supportive to you. You're going to feel the nature spirits. You're even going to understand your animals. For real. Because animals speak love. So I will continue this again next week, more on the throat chakra as the secret gateway to the fifth dimension. But you got the picture. So take a breath. Be quiet. And if you like this week's frequency and you're like this week's channeling, please give me a thumbs up. Better yet, I really hope that you'll subscribe. And to all of you who have, I love you guys. And I love our weekly conversations. I really listen to your energy, and your guides are listening too. All my love. See you next week. Bye, everyone.